It's the grab bag.
Right, I've got my helmet back for this. I listened to a creepypasta called Borrasca, and it started off with Meat Canyon's new podcast, The Creepcast, um, where they covered the first two parts of the story, and I was like, I gotta find out what happens next. This is crazy because it's very well written. Jump cut. Anyways, so it starts off with this little boy, like 9 years old, moving to a new town. And by the end of part one, his sister goes missing. And then in part two, he's a teenager, and it continues the story from there. Um, you kind of get like this feeling like there's some sort of supernatural stuff going on, and it just has all these layers that keep building up and up and up. So you think that's what's going on. Then, as it continues, you're still getting mysteries. You kind of start piecing things together. You still think it could be something supernatural. But then part four comes around, and you find out everything is not supernatural. This is one of the most heartbreaking creepypastas possible, and it's incredibly brilliantly written. From what I have been told, the writer of this, she went on to be a writer on horror television shows. So, yeah, it makes sense. Her writing is insane. But this creepy pasta hits like a truck when you get to that last part. And I don't want to spoil it, but um, be warned. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not. It's dark. It is very dark. But the whole story is very incredibly well written. And then there's a part five that comes in later on where you can get a little bit of catharsis at the end because some of the things get resolved, and it is pretty nice to have that little last piece because of how hard this story hits. Um, really dark, really crazy. And of course, there's another channel called Mr. Creepypasta where he goes through and reads it all, and it's fantastic. And I highly suggest if you want to listen to the whole thing, go to his channel because he has the whole thing right there. But it is not an easy story, especially when you get to part four. Part five still is kind of dark, but you do get the catharsis at the end. Um, I like this story quite a bit, but I don't want to spoil what happens.